And let's begin with the breaking news that's coming in. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will not be a part of the peace meeting between Trump and Putin in Alaska. There's been a sustained campaign by Ukraine, backed by the European Union, to have Zelensky at that meeting between Trump and Putin. It will not happen, as Trump has confirmed that Zelensky will not be attending the Alaska Huddle. Remember that Trump and Putin will be meeting on August 15th in Alaska for what's being referred to as a peace meet. And Trump has made it clear that the Ukrainian president will not be there. Trump asked about what really could be expected in that meeting. He said that essentially in the first 2 minutes, I will know if a deal can happen with Putin or not to bring an end to this war. Listen in to what Trump said.
He wasn't a part of it. I would say he could go, but he's gone to a lot of meetings. You know, he's been there for 3.5 years, nothing happened. Well, we're going to have a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and at the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made. He wasn't a part of it. I would say he could go, but he's gone to a lot of meetings. You know, he's been there for 3.5 years, nothing happened. Well, we're going to have a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and at the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made.
Okay, so that is the statement that's come in from the US President Donald Trump, making it very clear that this is going to be a one-on-one meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. And there's no question of Ukraine being a part of the meeting that takes place in Alaska. This is considered to be a breakthrough meet of sorts because we've been seeing how the US president has been taking on Russia. But amid that sustained campaign by Ukraine, by the EU to get Ukraine also on the talking table in Alaska has been thwarted, at least on Trump's part, who says there's no question of Zelensky being there. I'll bring in our foreign affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, for more on this. Geeta, Trump making it very clear that there's no invite that will be going to Zelensky. He was trying very hard to get as much support as he could to ensure he's there in Alaska too, but doesn't look like it's happening.
Well, I can't hear you very well, Akshita. If you can hear me, the Trump-Putin meeting is going to take place in Alaska. Zelensky was never supposed to be a part of that plan. It was supposed to be a bilateral meeting that was to take place. There was a lot of speculation if Zelensky is going to join in or not. But this is a bilateral meeting. It is one where, like Trump said, he's going to look at whether if Putin really means business or not. He's already said that he's going to look at it, and in the first 2 minutes, he'll know whether there's a deal or not. But a significant statement that he's made, a significant part of his statement is, Akshita, that he is going to ask Putin to give some of the land back, and that Russia has a lot of important land. Now, we do know that Donetsk and Luhansk are not areas that, or Crimea for that matter, not areas that Russia is going to compromise or negotiate on. But are we looking at Kherson, Zaporizhia? It has the nuclear power plant, very resource rich. And if that's the case, Putin will certainly not pay heed to any of the conversations that or demands of US President Trump. Having said that, he is also going to engage EU after the talks with Putin and look at a way forward for Ukraine. And then he said he's further going to meet Zelensky separately too, or maybe with Putin. So there could be a trilateral in the future should the Alaska meeting really succeed. But ceding land for Russia certainly right now doesn't look like an option at all.
All right, so we'll see what really plays out. But what's very clear is that on August 15th, when Trump and Putin meet, it will be a one-on-one meeting. There's no place for Ukraine or for Zelensky in that particular huddle that will take place in Alaska. Thanks for the moment, Geeta, for joining us.